And we are back for YouTube for more Super Robot Wars. And we're actually going to do story this time. Alright. I do need another soda. I do kind of need another soda. But not yet. Alright, down to Earth. We are going to do pilot gathering missions. Oh yeah. So we've got Cheyenne, the White Meteor's contrail. Amuro Ray comes to a decision. And Augusta remembrances. Camille Bidan finds his answers. Well, let's go ahead and get Amuro first. We've got 10 sortie slots. Moving to Cheyenne and beginning mission? Sure. Dreiss Traeger, Hangar 1. So, Mad Martin, the reason for that is because there's a new type labs in Augusta. Hey. What, are you roaming through the hangar because you've got nowhere better to be? I'm a pilot. We're expected to run routine maintenance checks on our own machines. You always were a fast talker. Let me lay something out for you, good and well in advance. Stay the hell away from Amuro. Oh yeah, there's an actual reason for it. Look, the sense of distance between you and Amuro is all kinds of screwed up. If you guys get close again, it's gonna blow up again, and I'm not letting that happen. That's all I got. Later. Maybe you're right. Char Aznable. I am currently Lieutenant Quattro Bagina. The world has no more need of Char Aznable. Okay, Lieutenant Quattro then. Could I talk to you for a minute? The map's holo emitters are always going out of alignment. I think their recent updates futzed with that or something. Certainly, Uso-Iwan. You know my name? I have my connections in the Ligue Militaire. You know, even though it existed half a century after my death, kind of thing. Now, what can I do for you? Nothing really. I just wanted to talk. Ah, you're curious about the man who tried to commit the greatest mass murder in history. I kind of am, yeah. But I'm more curious about what makes you tick, I guess. You would ask me to give voice to my shame? No, sir. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want if you don't want. I was kidding. Anyway, I'd be fine with a little small talk to fill the time. Thank you, sir. There's actually one other person interested in talking to you. I'll flag him down now. Ensign Jonah. An EFF soldier. Do you want to interrogate the former Supreme Commander of Neo Zeon? No, I'd like to ask about the one-year war. The one-year war? Please, tell me what you can about the colony drops. Those are the eyes of a man who lost someone dear to them in that tragedy. Times change, youthful strength grows strong and plants its roots firm. So, you do what you want, Amuro. Oh hey, we can see the Tears of Time. Game, you don't have to shadow out her face. We know who that is. Oh yeah, it is confirmed that Char died at the end of Char's counterattack. Same with Amuro. They both died. What are you saying, Lala? Your voice is too far away to hear. Strength? Are you telling me to lend my strength to someone? Is this about Char? Answer me, Lala. Lala! I'm gonna hurt you, Notoroge AI. I'm gonna hurt you so bad. Mentally. Cheyenne Base, Hangar. Be careful about spoiling too much for shows for people who haven't seen them and want to see them. Obviously, this game is probably gonna spoil some stuff. And I say that having spoiled the end of Char's counterattack, but at least that's on Netflix. And again, so is Unicorn. Hey, Chan is still alive too. Oh! I want to see some like sparks fly with Chan and Beltachka. That will be fantastic. You're frowning to yourself. You had another dream, didn't you? Yeah. Lieutenant, what would you say to heading out into space for a while? You're saying you want me to go out there and find Lala's roaming soul or something? At the very least, a trip would probably help to pull you out of your current rut. Congrats, Lord Canis. Not a chance. There's a war going on in space once again. I want no part of it. I've fought enough already, damn it. Right. I was rescued while floating through space on a chunk of Axis. I barely made it out of that alive. And now here I am confined again in Cheyenne, this time as a living memorial of the Axis shock. I guess a big difference compared to my time in confinement following the one-year war is that this time they assigned you to me as my partner. Right, so... I'm sorry, Chan. I'm basically content with my life now. I'm kept removed from the conflicts of the world, left to tinker with machinery as much as I like. I think maybe this is the life I've always wanted. If that's true, Amuro, then why do you have such a sad look in your eyes? Do I? You don't have to fight, no, but I just can't stand seeing you filled with so much sadness. Chan, wait! What the? The Psycho Frame reacted to you. Have you been carrying that around, Chan? The Psycho Frame saved you and the Earth in that battle. I kept a fragment of it on my necklace as a good luck charm. I'm sure normally I'd never get clearance for that, but... I can read her profile, that's true. A technical officer in the Earth Federation forces, she transferred temporarily to Anaheim Electronics, where she oversaw the development of the new Gundam. She had feelings for her commanding officer, Amuro Ray, and showed an extraordinary determination to fine-tune the Psycho Frame of the new as her way of helping him. And during the fighting at Axis, she launched in a damaged Rigazi to deliver a Psycho Frame sample to Amuro, in hopes of improving the new Gundam's performance. She came between Hathaway and Quest and managed to destroy the Alpha Zero, only to die at the hands of Hathaway, who was furious at seeing Quest killed. That tiny little thing. Amuro? I wonder if maybe Char and I opened a forbidden door. If we did... An attack on Cheyenne base? We'd better evacuate, Amuro. No, I can't. Not now. Huh? That tiny little Psycho Frame, your life, it's connected at all for me. I can't stop any more than the rest of mankind can. So... The forbidden door was the airlock, hence the alarms. I still need to build my, my Yakdoga, Quest Yakdoga. I didn't get the Gyune one, though, unfortunately. I don't know if they rebuild the, if they remake the, Re 100 series. No! Give me some Jagans, dang it, game! The base's defense team has been wiped out. I'm all set on my end. Amuro, moving out. Well, I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to deploy in that. So sorry. We could have avoided unnecessary casualties if I'd just gotten out here sooner. These are Kakaiju, huh? Here I am in this machine fighting Kakaiju, making a 10-year comeback. This Gundam was furnished for me to give me something to tinker with. It should be tuned up enough to handle live combat. I'll get this done so I can head into space. Defeat all enemies, Amuro shot down. To eliminate enemies quickly, place your units in their firing ranges and choose your counterattacks carefully. Well, hi Gundam. The original Gundam. Amuro has a score of 31 to start with. It's pretty impressive. New type level 5, second attack and hit and run. He's got focus, mercy, intuition, and charge. Plus 25% hit and evasion rates, enables use of weapons that require new type level 5. Its skill is 30 or more above an enemy after their counterattack, follows up as if using support attack, half normal damage. Second attack weapons have no post-movement restrictions. If you attack without moving, you can move after attacking. Oh, I want that on, like, everyone if I can. No, RX-78-2 is the original Gundam. RX-78-1, was just a test unit that I don't think it saw combat. It did in Origin, but not in the original Gundam series or the MSV stuff. Alright, we got Vulcan, beam rifle, beam saber attack. Game. Where's my Gundam hammer? This better have Gundam hammer. This probably doesn't have Gundam hammer. Where's my Gundam hammer, damn it? Alright, let's see. Mercy. Leave an enemy at 10 hit points instead of destroying it. Only works on enemies with lower skill. Alright. I want Gundam hammer. Like, would I have to get turn A to get Gundam hammer? It's rude. With 25% crit chance. Fighting Kikaiju takes me back to my one-year war days. They may be stronger now, but so am I. I'll prove it. Missed me. Alright, we're not going to get a shoot down here. His attack sequence is funny to watch. I'll definitely use it. Oh hey, here we go, attack sequence. Let's see what he does. And throws the bazooka at him too. Still, I need more Gundam hammer in my life. And going for the beam saber, sure. And the kitchen sink. Like, you know, I mean, I'll It would bug me to not have the beam javelin, but I'd live with it. But no Gundam hammer? I need my Gundam hammer. Oh, can't do that. Alright. I can move and shoot with that, though. That'll be a shoot down. Let's go ahead and use that again. Why not? Where is he getting all the bazookas, anyway? Maybe the Gundam this time got upgraded to Roger Wilco pants pockets. Alright, come at me, guys. You don't want to know. Oh, goody! I can kill him with Vulcans. This is the best thing. It's so adorable. That was adorable. All right, and Vulcan again. It's so much more adorable than the V-Dash Vulcans. And we get a level up. I don't think the Kakaiju army was especially active in North America. Are they here specifically for me? Ah, now the base is being hit. Now it's them, huh? Oh, hey, Zeon. I'm sure Amuro can take them. Neo Zeon, and they're remnants of Char's forces. The Gundam. I wasn't expecting to run into one of those here. There's a pilot of that Gundam, Amuro Ray. What if it is? Are you here to pay me back for what happened to Axis? We aren't hung up on the past. Are you sure? But if we want a future in a new Zeon, we must bring back the captain. Captain? And for that to happen, Amuro Ray, you must be eliminated. I see. If you think you can plant him back on your pedestal, then you really haven't shaken off the past. What? Well, they obviously did come here to kill him. You think he would give you the time of day? All units, fan out. It doesn't matter if this is Amuro Ray. We can overwhelm him with sheer numbers. Amuro? I won't die. I have something I need to do, precisely because I'm among the living. Defeat all enemies and Amuro shot down. Alright, well, I think it's safe to say that we're going to come in at just the right moment. Ooh, 46% chance to hit. Yeah, let's go with that. The battle between Neo Zeon and the Londo Bell. Maybe that's what triggered the forbidden door being opened to mankind. But even if it was, He's not part of Londo Bell anymore. Well, soon, but not right now. Come on, boys. Hey, all right, and we're forced to bring out the Rockeye Loom. All right, we want to bring out Hookbind, certainly. I think we want Great Mazinger, Shin Getter Dragon. Bring Gespenst. Ikaruga, for sure. Definitely Hakushiki Kai. Rose 3. We'll bring out Jonah. Uso. One last thing. Kind of tempted to bring out Kay just to try to get her more kills, but I don't think that's going to work that well. I could bring out Gold 4. I could bring out the Ichinana. They might have some conversations. I'll bring out Gold 4. This is the EFF Autonomous Corps, the Hamtopia. Amuro, are you alright? I'm managing. A comeback in the Gundam? You haven't changed a bit, Amuro. Ryoma, you're here too? Save the catching up for later and intercept those Neo-Zeon forces. Amuro Ray. He's the one I know. He's not the one I know, but I'm still grateful we can fight together again. Amuro. So Char's in this Hamtopia too. Amuro. I know, first we deal with this situation. Shaking off the past. It's much easier said than done. But it has to be done all the same. Otherwise, the dead just hold you back. Alright, Amuro shot down. Allied warship shot down. Do I have any attacks that are going to take this guy out? Yes. So let's multi-action. I imagine that if you can have the white base, she'd probably show up as a supporter. But she's never in any other, like, that's the only time that she's really in a role for anything other than just standing around, like participating in story. Wow, he's good. Really good. I've seen his data, but actually seen Amuro Ray on the field in the flesh. I'm suddenly real glad to fight for the Federation. If I fought for Zeon, I'd have to go up against that guy. He's good. Not some average Night Runner at all. It's true. Robots only shine when they have ace pilots in them. The Ikaruga and I both have lots of growing to do in that regard. Amuro Ray, the white meteor of the Federation. It's like everyone has something to say about Amuro. I mean, it makes sense. Wow, it's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Or more like all over his body. Oh, so he's Argos. I could train forever and not be half that good. Yeah, let's go ahead and Leaf Slash or someone. Talents, new types, none of that matters to me. I'm a member of the Hamtopia. That's all the reason I need to fight. I don't know if you'd ever get, like, Job John or Marker. I mean, they might show up again as just characters who speak. Like, we've seen plenty of characters who just speak. As fun as this is, I do kind of hope that they give me a new Gundam or something. Well, yeah, I mean, eventually. Okay. I wasn't looking for a spoiler, sorry. Let's see. Get her beam. No. Tomahawk. I guess I just murder you. Just give Amuro Uso's V2. I mean, he could use Hado. Damn, Amuro, you're raring to go. There, I thought you were content with a life as a shut-in. Am I ever glad to be wrong? Hayato and Benkei's share, huh? Probably not. I mean, if you're learning the language, it could probably help in some ways. But I really don't think you're ever going to get any real learning of Japanese without trying to learn Japanese otherwise. I mean, you're gonna pick up a few words here and there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and Vulcan someone. Oh, shoot. What was the, triangle? Char Aznable and Amuro Ray. I thought they lived in a completely different world from mine, but here I am, fighting alongside them. What a strange feeling that is. Yeah, things like pronunciation, syntax, that kind of thing. That's gonna, that's where you're gonna learn the most from watching any sort of native Japanese media. Shows, whether it's live action or anime, games, that sort of thing. Going after Uso, huh? You have a 4% chance to hit him. Like, for me, for the most part, I know I tried to learn Japanese. It didn't go well. But I do still remember some of that, and certainly watching years and years of anime, I picked up a few words and phrases. This kind of thing just reinforces that sort of thing. Double graviton rifle is not going to destroy him, but that's fine.
Huh?
1,000 episodes of One Piece hasn't taught you much. Leap Slasher, that's fine. Things like word order and syntax and stuff like that can also very dramatically like, word order for English changed pretty wildly from Old English to Modern English. Alright, Leap Slasher again.
強い気持ちでやり返す。ディープスラッシャー。息はあれよ。
スラスターがまともに動かんぞ。
Alright, going after... Oh, hey, it's going to be a shoot down.
戦闘を開始する。相手になってやる。
Well, to be fair, modern English is essentially an amalgamation of Old English, Old Norse, French, and was there anything else?
どうしよう。あとは頼むぞ。
Nah, it's pretty much that's it. With some old, you know, bits of Celtic languages mixed in too. All right, got a level for Gilliam. Going after Tamaki. All right. And that's why English has lost all the endings that so many other European languages have, is because of that. It's essentially a pigeon. Yeah, but most of those are technical words, and technical words don't quite count. Most of our Latin comes through French. So it's not strictly Latin, it's French. Well, the written language is preserving 400 years old. Like, the reason you can... Like, you'd have a hard time understanding authentic Shakespearean speaking. A lot easier than authentic Old English speaking, but even so, pronunciations have changed pretty radically between those, but the written language still preserves that 600-year-old tradition, essentially. Which is why you can read the stuff printed by Shakespeare. Oh, going after Ikaruga. Not the smartest decision you made. Was his aim really good? I don't know. I don't think it counts. Ah, hey. Nice. I didn't think that was a shoot down. I think he got a crit or something. Just constantly going after Ellie. It's okay. I'm gonna run out of leap slashers though. If he was smart, he'd not attack named characters, but they're all named characters. Yep, lots of Gyaradogas. You dodged right into that, he said. Alright. Nero, hi, buddy. Let's shoot down with Vulcans. NPCs get wiped out from bombardments. Yeah, like all those Jagans at the beginning. Still bitter they won't give me a Jagan. Oh, I can attack something. Sure, let's go ahead and shoot you down. I don't know that you got to eject, sir. Oh, we got sub FCS power part. Nice. I've used up half my ammo for this already. That's fine, Rack Savage. I mean, that's really all you need at this point. Didn't actually expect Ellie to get the kill. But, you know, what are you going to do, right? Yeah, Thunderbreak, why not? Let's just go nuts. Nightingale is in this. It's one of the DLCs. I don't know about Zazabi or Alpha Zero. We get a level up for Tetsuya. You know what? I need you to get a kill. Here, go kill one of your former friends. Explosive Bolt. Like, beyond what's here and what's been announced, like, I know some of the stuff that we're getting based on the franchises, like the main character suits and stuff like that. I know some of the stuff that we're getting from the DLCs. Otherwise, I really have no idea what we're getting, what's showing up. Amuro, the choice you made was to keep fighting. That's the man I know. Like, this is from Zeta Mobile Suit Variations. Not even from one of the shows. I don't think it even showed... Well... No, I think it showed up in, like, Thunderbolt or Narrative or something. I think. I'm not sure. I haven't watched those yet. I need to. Get a beam! You don't know any of them and just feel like a broken spare wheel? That's fine. Like, a lot of these I really only know from the game at this point. Got a level for Ryoma. You can come over here and attack with the Slash Ripper. That did get boosted, so sure, why not? And then, of course, some stuff like Gespenst is from Super Robot Wars itself. It's an original Super Robot Wars unit. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. I mean, you can attack too, but will it be effective? Yeah, it's a shoot down. We'll take that. The White Meteor, the new type Amuro Ray. If I had strength like his, I could... I'm sure he's fine. And Jonah got a level up. He gets a Bullseye. Overhand cannon, that's a shoot down, yep. I'm sure he's fine too. Level up for Uso, level 26. I think I may need to give more movement to Tsuruga or something. And the only two left, huh? Alright. Go stab this guy in the back. Sword cannon. Is that going to be enough? That is going to be enough. Alright, Tamaki. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to charge into this guy's back and kill him.
邪魔なのが来た。逃がさない。行くのな。どっかー。やー。うらららら。こっちの勝ち。
That's a little bit of overkill. It's fine.
All Zeon forces have been destroyed. This team is similar to the one deployed in San Francisco. The men that wanted to reclaim Shar Aznable were targeting Amuro Ray. That old war is still raging on, just in a different form.
The old war, huh? I have to find out for myself what lies beyond that war. As a man who opened the door, and as a living being. Now for the Neo Zeon forces. Oh, so that reminds me. In Gundam, there's a city on the moon that's Neo Cartagena. Neo Cartagena means, of course, New Cartagena. Cartagena means New Carthage. Carthage means New City. So it is literally new city. One of my favorites. Dreistrager, Hangar 1. Who's piloting this machine? Me, sir. I'm the narrative's test pilot. I see. Don't let the dead consume you. Sir? Hey, nice to see you again, Lieutenant Amuro. You too, Warrant Officer Chan.
Glad to be here again, Ostanage.
So you mean Cheyenne base has been wrecked up pretty bad. That's more than enough reason to leave. So I'll be signing on with this team. Well, to be fair, it was the Phoenicians settled Carthage, calling it, the new city, essentially. And then the Romans conquered Carthage and set up Cartagena. Oh, it wasn't called Cartagena at the time, of course. And they basically called it Carthago Nova, or something like that, which then became Cartagena in Spanish. And then when they went to space, it became, Neo Cartagena. So I'll be signing on with this team. That quiet self-assurance he carries himself with. That's no ordinary soldier. There might be a Carthage in Spain. Sounds like Doctor Who, New York. Wow, Jonah, you changed out of your pilot suit fast. That's Lieutenant Amuro Ray. He's the legendary ace pilot of the Earth Federation forces. He's also the hero who saved the Earth by altering an asteroid's course away from the planet. And we'll be fighting alongside him? That's not every day you get to serve alongside a legend. Welcome aboard, Amuro. Just remember, new guy gets toilet cleaning duty. Hold on, Ryoma. I never told you that when you joined the White Base. Never told me. Don't you mean couldn't tell me? I remember the way you used to keep your distance around us at first. Yeah, well, you guys were a bunch of wretches back then, as far as I was concerned. Well, I'll be damned. That snotty little toad from 10 years ago has got a mouth on him now. Well, catching a glimpse of what lies beyond death will do that to a guy. Men talk big when they make a trip back from hell.
Lieutenant Amuro Ray is surprisingly open and candid. It's more like he's a bit like a kid.
I'm not sure any of you have room to talk here. You think so? Well, those guys have been friends ever since the 1-year war. Yeah, seeing each other again makes them all forget their ages and almighty positions. They basically go back to being teenagers. Are you not part of their crew, Tetsuya? Amuro had already retired from frontline combat by the time of the Mycenae War. I'm not part of their circle. The reunion between friends is finished now. That just leaves... Ooh, Quattro! Char, I see you're alive too. I'm going by Quattro Bagina currently. Ah, I see. You are a dead man. I'm not about to demand that you make amends for your past life, but at the same time, don't expect me to accept you just because you gave up the name Char again. As well you shouldn't. Let me be clear right now. If you're signing on with the Hamtopia, then leave the vendettas at the door. Understood, Bright. Chan and I are both signing on. Accepting a guy living under house arrest might bring you more trouble than he's worth, though. We're an autonomous group. If they want to bring up complaints over something that petty, I'll give them a piece of my mind. And if it starts to create trouble, I'll bring Luo and company and Commodore Fikes into the argument. Commodore Fikes? The man in charge of the Hamtopia. He's got an independent position in the military. Ah. This may be a little late, but are you sure about this? I have no desire at all to force you to fight against your will. It's not that I want to fight exactly. But if there's something that can only be done by the living, then I'll do it. The living? Forget I said anything. The living. Amuro. You hear the voices of Lala and the others too, don't you? What, doesn't he just use Edward again? Power part Tem raised circuit. Why would we want to use that? Chan said as your supporter. Alright. 63K. 3,000 MXP. 20,000 bonus credits. 885 bonus MXP. We'd probably need Sayla around for him to use Edward. Or Eduardo, I think, is what it ended up being officially labeled. Hey, Mad Martin! Ernie has the perfect score! Alright, Gundam. Plus 10 sight. Tem raised circuit. Plus 2 move. Plus 5 sight and mobility. Plus 1 to range of non-map, non-range 1 weapons. Who was the blue gray-haired one? The kid? That's Ernie. I'll go ahead and give him the sub-FCS as well. Why not? It's fine. Now keep Ernie out of battle. He's done retirement. Nope. Nope. There will be other people who get to the perfect number. Alright, nothing on board right now. Nope, don't have enough for unit upgrade cost. And I don't have enough money to do one either. Alright. Alright, a sign. Camille under watch at the new type labs find himself mired in grief. And fixed sortie is Gundam. We are required to bring Gundam along. Well, I should probably go upgrade Gundam then. I am 315 credits short. Yeah, Knights and Magic. Oh, so you can swap them out and put them into I could swap Amuro into the V-Dash. That's actually hilarious. I was not expecting that. Alright, supporters. Warm Words restores 40 SP to the main pilot, plus 5 max SP to all allies on the map. Yeah, not great. Not great. Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know why Char isn't required. But let's go get Camille. Dreistrager, Hangar 1. This Camille person seems very important to you, Lieutenant Quattro. It's not my place to talk about him right now. Just can't believe he's being kept under Federation surveillance, too. Yes, in a nasty place called the Augusta New Type Laboratory. That's why you were getting Luo and company's help to get Camille out, right? Not just Camille. Huh? I refuse to tolerate young people with futures being exploited as tools by backwards, outdated humans. No more. Is that why you tried to destroy those backwards people? That's right. Don't expect Camille to simply take a hand as blood-soaked as yours when you hold it out to him. I'm not expecting him to. Lieutenant Quattro. Are you curious about him? Is it wrong to be? I'm obviously not okay with what he tried to do, but still. No, Char has the power to draw people in. Even I can admit that. And you strike me as a smart kid. I doubt you'd let him be a bad influence. I don't appreciate being called a kid, Amuro. Sorry about that, Uso. I have high hopes for you, you know. You do? The people who fought with Char can only see him through that lens of combat, that lens of his legend. I'm glad to have people who can see him objectively on the crew. Yeah. Anyway, setting Char aside for the moment. Augusta. The people there are the real concern. I certainly wasn't expecting Augusta to be on our itinerary. And going there, together with you, people would say this is fate's hand at work. You couldn't read our destiny with your fortune-telling? You still haven't watched much of Double Zeta? Oh, Zeta, definitely watch Zeta. Highly, highly recommended. Hello, Ensign Jonah. Michelle? Oh, hey, Ellie. Girl, why have you been following us since our visit to San Francisco? I'm sorry for intruding on a private moment. Michelle, please, can we help you with something, Ellie? Augusta, you were both there before, weren't you? Actually, I've got a question for you instead. You knew that we were miracle children, and you said you were like us. What exactly did you mean by that? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. It's okay. But just give us a little space for our business too, okay? Ah, Ensign Jonah, here you are. Great, Michelle's with you too. Today's my lucky day. What's with you guys? Pardon me? We're Team Rabbits. What of it? Not what I was asking. Hey, look, it's not super urgent or anything, but... You looked kind of down in the dumps, so we came to see if you wanted to eat with us. You're inviting me to... Michelle, you're invited too. If you want, I'd be happy to dine with you alone. I'll pass. I prefer to take my meals alone. Properly. Alone. See, Michelle, are you and Ensign Jonah going out? If that's a joke, it's not funny. So you're saying there's a chance for me? And me? Enough, both of you. You're bothering both of them. Let them be. We have to do better. Remember, we came to help cheer the ensign up. Thanks, rabbits. I mean, it is worth watching Double Zeta, because Double Zeta has some very, very important story elements in it, despite about half the episodes being filler that could have been either dramatically trimmed down or just chucked out entirely. But there is some extremely important stuff in Double Zeta. To the point that when they did the compilation movies for Zeta Gundam, they made big, big changes. And They should have done the compilation movies for Double Zeta. That's the one that needs it. That's the one that needs the revision. And the second half is much more serious, indeed. I appreciate the invitation, but I've got a scheduled recon run coming up. Oh, okay. Good luck out there, then. Keep your chin up, Ensign Jonah. You know, I'd still be down for a nice dinner with Michelle. Saruga. You just can't take a hint, can you? Well, I guess we'll be going now. What is up with those kids? Team Rabbits, they're a group cultivated for the MJP project. MJP, that's a project doing gene manipulation research for environmental adaptation. Maeve told me about that part. A lot of the truth about it isn't public. In reality, their cultivation process includes horrible, cruel things like memory manipulation. That sounds just like the cyber new type enhancement process. The rabbits are always so cheery and kind. But we're all the same. Them, you, me, all the same. Ellie, just who are you? Okay, I'll tell you about myself. Maybe I've been looking for the right people to share my story with. Ellie. Inside Augusta New Type Laboratory. And it's Fa!
こちらメタス攻撃を開始しますカミーユをやらせはしないレコアさんあなたは私が止めます
Camille's childhood friend, 17 years old. She and her parents were arrested by Basque because they were acquainted with Camille, who had stolen the Gundam Mark II from the Titans. After Bright rescued her, she volunteered to be a pilot in the AU to fight the Titans and stay by Camille's side. While she knew she wasn't the best pilot, she still made it through the entire Grips War alive. She was always the type to look after others, and she had particularly kept on Camille about his attitude and bad habits since they were young children, something which Camille had no patience for. Because of this, she takes on the role of babysitter for Shinta and Kum, two orphans that Quattro brought on board the Argama. And I'm not going to say that because the rest of that, because that is super spoily. If Camille then Jared, well, it's taking place after Zeta, so I doubt Jared will show up. Camille, I finally cracked the security for the lab databanks. I shudder to think I've spent that long here. Back during Char's rebellion, I was helpless to stop him. You can't blame yourself for that, Camille. You had just recovered from a mental breakdown. You did everything you could. Everything I could wasn't enough. I couldn't stop him, and worse, I lost Amuro. And now the Federation wants to use me as a new type specimen. Joke's on them, I guess. There's no point using a failure. Then again, there's a lot more that's pointless than this lab in the Federation. Even when Axis nearly fell, even when Laplace's box was opened, the world still didn't change. It's like, no matter what we do, it's all useless. Camille, you're just tired. You should rest for today. Put all the bad things out of your mind. Sorry, Fa. Here you are staying with me, and all I can do is mope. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. Did you find anything notable in the databanks? Yeah, the Miracle Children are here in Augusta, apparently. The Miracle Children? I don't blame you for not recognizing the name. They were on the news back when we were kids. Back when the 1-year war first broke out, there was this group of kids barely any older than us. They apparently predicted that a colony would fall on Australia, and they urged citizens to evacuate. And those are the Miracle Children. It was a group of 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. They were studied here as a group of new types. And not just them, Rosemi was here in Augusta too. A cyber new type from the Augusta laboratory. There, she was assigned the name Rosamia Badam. She was heavily traumatized by the colony drop during the 1-year war when she lost her entire family. Towards the end of the Grips War, and her memories were altered to make her believe that Camille was her brother for the sake of giving her a cover story to approach him, and thus infiltrate the AU. Later on, she was sent to confront him in the Psycho Gundam Mark II. With her mind broken beyond recovery, a pain Camille was forced to put her down once and for all. And of course we got Camille.
人をエゴの道具にして それは一番やっちゃいけないことなんだぞ。はあ、食いしばれ。そんな大人修正してやる。
That's a very long bio.
Rosami, her?
Her real name was Rosamiya Badam. The name Rosami was something they imprinted on her for infiltrations. I'm still not sure whether Rosamiya Badam was her original name either, though.
Camille, if this goes on much longer, you could be...
I know, it's obvious that the lab workers here only view me as a guinea pig. And at the same time, they're terrified of me. They're afraid that their guinea pig might fight back one day.
And if you stay here, you could end up like all the other cyber new types.
But time they spent tinkering with me is time they're not spending messing around with the lab's other test subjects.
Camille, you don't mean...
All I can do right now is keep there from being more victims like Four and Rosami.
Stop it, Camille. You're your own person. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for anyone else. This is no different from the time you gave your body over to the souls of the dead. Fa.
And a sign. Not that we're going to get a sign of Zeta, because of licensing issues. Alright, Narrative Gundam B packs and Gundam are required. We do not... Oh. Those are the only ones that we get to send in right now, huh? Shouldn't the A be upside down? No, that's for turn A. We don't have turn A here. No signs of activity from the lab. Even if we did show up without an appointment, we're still friendlies. They're probably confused about how to deal with us. I'm going in. Ensign Jonah, keep them busy. Understood. Ensign, be honest with me. Would you rather destroy the lab? I imagine that Augusta isn't a place that the Miracle Children have many fond memories of. You knew about us, sir? I learned of you when I lived in confinement following the one-year war, and you three were heroes born from the war, just like me. The irrational level of hope and fear people feel towards new types. I was their first real specimen. Sometimes I felt responsible for what happened to you guys in the Federation cyber new types. But that's... Don't worry about me. I refuse to let that get to me, even if some might call me irresponsible for it. I am my own person. I don't live just so other people can push their hopes and expectations on me. Lieutenant, it's absurd for the living to be bound by the dead. Are you talking about being possessed by the dead, sir? Yes, I am, in a couple of ways. Don't live an absurd life, Ensign Jonah. Why are you telling me this? Might just be because I heard a voice. A voice? Ensign, you handle things here. What was that voice the lieutenant heard? He warned me when he saw the narrative. Does he know about the Phoenix? Jonah! Oh, goody! Neo Zeon! They're using older models. Are they trying to camouflage themselves? I don't know about that. If they're out here, they must be after the lab. Intercept them, Jonah. This place develops mobile suits, but they don't have any active troops. I'll guard this place with my life. You head for the lab, Lieutenant. Jonah! It wasn't all bad memories there. I won't let anyone else touch it. Alright, I'm counting on you. New type labs. Places like these shouldn't exist at all. But this is the place where I live together with Rita and Michelle. Alright, Jonah shot down. Defeat all enemies. And when you have only one allied unit, taking the brunt of a focused onslaught will put you at a serious disadvantage. If things look dicey, try not to move into the heart of the enemy squadron. So we got some defense and evasion in wood, so I might want to move there. Augusta Laboratory is its own terrain. Oh, interesting. Okay, In Zeta Gundam, you do see Rosamia leave from this area with a whole bunch of Zakus. I guess that was supposed to be the Augusta Labs. I didn't think so, though. Alright, let's go ahead and let them come to me. Alright, so Gaza sees... We got later Neo Zeon. Just have Knuckle Buster. That's it. Not even a beam rifle. I mean, a beam saber. Alright. That takes ammo. I don't really want to use that if I can help it. I'll do that.
Rita, Michelle. Damn it, I can't afford to let myself get distracted.
No, that really isn't what a Gundam can do. I do really like the Gaza C. I'd really like to get a master grade of it. It'd be pretty nice. Let's see. Are you flying? I don't think so. Alright, we got missile launcher going back towards it. 20% chance to hit, though. What spirits do I have? Accuracy becomes 100%. Let's go ahead and trigger Persist. With 20% chance to hit, he probably won't. But just in case. There's not that many variations. You got the Gaza D from Double Zeta, I think. And then the E from Sentinel. And that's really it. I don't know if there's a Gaza A or B outside of maybe some variations. I mean, there is the Gaozome, which is, I think, related. Alright, gonna shoot you down with an incom. I'd rather not use an incom. Can I get you with the missile launcher? No. Alright, guess we use the incom. You collect Master Grade Gundams, Dustbin Gaming. I got another level for Jonah.
I'm sick of losing things because I'm powerless. I'm going to fight this time.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Master Grades. Love them. I'm just kind of tired of so many AC stuff. I want more UC stuff. AU stuff, I mean.
Camille, are you okay? Amuro, you're alive. Fa, where's Camille?
I'm not sure that Fa and Amuro ever actually met each other in Zeta Gundam.
Well,
what's wrong?
I don't know. He sometimes acted strangely before this, but ever since the fighting started, they might as well... What? They might as well destroy the whole place. And then no one would ever... Is he being possessed by someone else's thoughts? It could be excessive stress in the lab experiments, and Camille's already way too sensitive as it is. But that means Camille... No, it's not just one person's thoughts. The anger, sorrow, and despair of a huge number of people are flowing into Camille.
I don't know about Do I have a Freedom Gundam? I don't think I have a Freedom Gundam. I have, like, I mostly have UC Gundam, mostly UC stuff at this point.
Camille's mind can't take this. It's going to be a repeat of... Camille, snap out of it, Camille! Camille, listen to us. Don't let other people's feelings overwhelm you. Are you going to let what was entrusted to you go to waste? The only ones who can give shape to the feelings of the dead are living people. Remember the living. Remember the special someone that's right here in front of you. Special someone... Feel it. Feel the will of someone who's trying their damnedest to live right here and now. It's a bird. A bird that's struggling but still trying to fly. Camille. If this goes on much longer... No, stop that, Jonah, basta. I can't fight if I let them break my spirit. That's... Ah! We get Mark II, huh? Are you good to go, Camille? One of their data gathering models was a Gundam Mark II with AUG specs. I know this model like the back of my hand. Even in my current state, I can handle this. Good job holding out, Jonah. This is Camille Bedan speaking. I'm moving in to provide support. Camille Bedan? You're Camille Bedan? You know who I am? I heard about you from Lieutenant Quattro. Camille, don't get distracted. Yes, sir.
I think you might be mixing me up with someone else, Dustbin Gaming.
This is Ensign Jonah Basta. Your assistance is welcome. Jonah Basta? That's one of the Miracle Children. Okay, you two, follow my lead. We're gonna push him back.
Any Allied units shot down, huh? That's fine. It's okay, don't worry about it. Well, you know... I mean, I'm not going to shoot them down, but even that guy's not going to be shot down? Oh, yuck. Alright, let's see what we can do about that. There we go. We'll beam saber him.
I can hear a voice calling me from space. Something's about to happen. Something that never has before.
Yeah, probably. I mean, to be fair, you don't have a whole lot of armor on those things. Long rifle, huh? Not within range for the beam rifle. I guess I gotta use a Vulcan pod. Alright. That'll at least do some damage.
I don't know what I can do as I am now, but I'm gonna keep pressing onward. For the souls of Four, Rosami, and all those who died in that lab, and for myself.
Oh, and yeah, the sound design for Gundam is really good. Alright, that'll be a shoot down. So just this one's gonna get shot down, but that's okay. Always like the Mark II better in Titan colors. Alright, and that is going to be a shoot down from Mark II. Sounds fine to me. Yeah, you keep saying that, sir. Dang it, Camille! You're not supposed to get hit. And you're gonna go after him. Okay. I mean, who the heck is even the leader of Neo Zeon right now? Alright, get a level for Amuro there. Yeah, go ahead and incom, that's fine. I mean, I suppose it could be Glemmy, but I would think you'd be dead by now. You couldn't help yourself, they offered cookies. Yeah, probably Neo Zeon Soldier, you are. Heads up, we got reinforcements coming. Oh. Alright, I wasn't quite expecting that. Looks like this is their main force. Does Augusta really hold that much value to Neo Zeon? Don't worry, we've got the Hamtopia now. Hey, alright, about time we get to deploy some people. Alright, Hookbind, Ikaruga, Yakushiki, Rose 3. Definitely bring Uso. So 2 left. Gold 4 is not going to do anything. We'll bring Hexa. I haven't brought Hexa in a while. I'm purple too. Why not? I don't know that there are enough pleas left. The Rock High Loam. Captain Bright's here? And... is he here too? Nice work, Amuro. You too, Ensign Jonah. All units support them and intercept Neo Zeon. This enemy composition's different from what we saw in San Francisco and Cheyenne. The guys teaming up with Zanskar have reached the Earth's surface, huh? They braved all the dangers of atmospheric assault. Yes, I can guess what Zeon's after. Alright, Allied warship shot down, Camille shot down. Defeat all enemies. Nyerl. 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 We'll go ahead and leap slasher you. Why not?
I finally opened up with what I've been keeping to myself. I still feel a dark shadow inside me, though. Ensign Jonah's out there fighting. I've got to do my part, too.
Yeah, we'll stop it eventually. Don't worry. Is this the day Leap Slasher runs dry? I mean, it's run dry before. I just got extra ammo out of it. Because they got protagonist privilege, sir. You're called a grunt, cannon fodder, you know. So that's just gonna happen.
きな方のようですね。
Alright, we'll go ahead and explosive bolt you. Camille, you don't need me anymore. That's one less thing for me to regret, and that's enough for me. I swear this thing has, like, the rear... Let me see. No, it's got the front waist armor on its shoulders. I do not like the Hyakushiki tie. I want a regular Hyakushiki. Well, I guess Tamaki's getting the kill. We'll kind of destroy the Augusta labs with that attack. It'll be fine. Only a few 100 people will die. It's okay. Overhand cannon on you. Oh, the animation's really nice in this. That's Camille Bidan, the one Char Aznable pinned his hopes on. I can kind of see why. He's incredible. Hyakushiki Crash? I am not familiar with it. Well, actually, you might be able to do... let's not move you yet. Let's move Marbet. There you go. There we go. Get another kill from Marbet there. And a level up to a 19. I should probably move these guys back a bit. I don't need to get that kill there, I think. Just go ahead and beam saber this guy. Oh, build. I haven't paid any attention to that stuff. Like, I like my mecha porn as much as the next guy, but I like my mecha porn in the actual stories rather than as, like, a model kit show kind of thing. Oh, Lex's mecha porn for the articles. Look, I just want my centerfold Garibaldi beta, alright? Is that so wrong? Alright, there we go. Alright, going after after the Gundam, sir. That's not the wisest decision you've made.
指導者のエゴに踊らされた結果がこれか。他にいくらでもやり方はあるはずだ。
No, not a Rogue. I was making a joke on my long-requested desire for a Galbaldi Beta Master Grade. Like, they did the Marasai. Do I need to use the incom, though? Probably do. I'll just use the beam saber. I'm gonna pull back, probably try to give some kills to other people. Wow, that's not a great level up there, Jonah. I'm pretty picky about what I like in mecha, especially Gundam mecha. I say that liking one of the most hated designs, Turn A. Or maybe I should say divisive. I think it very much. I don't think there are that many people who are just like, it's okay. I think it's either hate it or love it. It's a really great design, though. Turn A was a Sid Mead design, very different. Right, it was, but it came out really, really good. Like, all of his designs in that were good. Yeah, you can go ahead and just kill someone, Ellie, that's fine. Just looked it up, that is a really cool design. Yeah, exactly. It's great. And the show's great, too. I do also enjoy that the show had Turn X, and someone actually, I believe, comments in the show, but Turn X is just an X. We'll get another kill. There is a Master Grade Turn A. I have it. I don't know if they've reprinted it recently, or re-released it recently. There's also a Master Grade Turn X, which I also have. Oh, Ellie, that's a terrible level up, too. Yeah, that's fine. We can get a kill for you. Oh, you're looking at the Galbaldi. Oh, okay. Galbaldi Beta, yeah, there is no Master Grade for Galbaldi Beta. And it's a design from Mamoru Nagano, who did 5-Star Stories and L Game. We'll get L Game here later. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I love his designs. His designs are fantastic. Yeah, it's a great design. It's fantastic. I don't know why they haven't done Master Grade, especially because they could produce 3 kits with virtually the same molds. They could get, like, easily 2 P Bandai kits for the ones in Zeta Gundam. Double Zeta Gundam, sorry. And they just, like, don't want to. Very annoyed. That would not kill you. So let's go ahead and incom. There we go. That'll shoot you down. And they might be able to get a Galbaldi Alpha out of it, too. I don't know. Heck, if they put the valued system on it, they could get that, too. Make that a separate kit. That's a good level up there, Jonah. Not kill. Oh, it's only 40% chance to hit. Yeah.
お前たちがいるから戦い
Grouped
が
up
いつ
there.
まで経っても終わらないんだそこをどけ
It's not a shoot down, though, at least.
動きが違う奴はまさかガンダムを落とせば落ちろ今の俺ならこれくらいは
Need to get persist going on you or something. Yeah, it's not a kill.
他にいくらでもやり方はあるはずだ敵の懐に飛び落ちろ
You'd like to see this game reworked to have XCOM time unit system? I mean, almost every strategic game would benefit from that, to an extent.
こんなやり方が世直しだと信じているなら
Any tactical game, I should say. That would shoot down. I don't want to shoot you down. Just stand by. Ernie doesn't need to get a kill. Quattro could, but he's a little bit too far away. I want to be out here to act as a screen. Bring Uso up. Plasma sword. Yeah, that'll be a shoot down. You can do that.
前方のモビルスーツを排除する。
やらせん
I'm sure he's fine. A scream like that, it's probably fine. Got a cell, okay. That's good. Move Marbit up. Alright. That would be a shoot down. Then in that case, let's go ahead and evade. With those kind of hit points, I kind of want to get K up and take out one of those. Yeah, the Grunt Mechs in Wing, a lot of them are done by Junya Ishigaki, who did... yeah, we'll do that. Who did the designs in Xenogears. And some of the ones in Xenosaga.
攻撃パターンなどを見通しさ
前方のモビルスーツを排除
Same thing with Gundam X. I'm sure the earth under him is fine. Didn't like drill a hole deep into the Earth's crust. Go ahead and evade.
スピードでは負けても戦い方はあるこの距離ならば
避けちゃうもん
Alright, that's not going to be a kill, so it might be with a crit, but we'll see.
目標を補足した距離を詰める
塩辛の力を見せてやるのら
全く意味がわからねえ
モビルスーツとアッシュの戦いなのら突っ込んでって
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the story beats still got done in Xenosaga 3. But, yeah, it would have been really interesting to see what they could have done. Unfortunately, it was probably too ambitious. And, Tamaki, I'm a little annoyed you got a crit there. A little annoyed. Go ahead and evade.
戦闘を開始する相手になってやる
るべく小さな動作でかわす。
Alright, let's see. What do we got? Low hit points on all of those. Also had that problem in front mission, crit and destroy something when you don't want them to, but can't crit when you need them to. Yeah, it's You didn't like what they did with the mechs in Xenosaga, huh? Well, which one? I mean, the mechs are very different between the three games. At least the ones that you're likely to use. Alright, we haven't done the long rifle yet, so let's try that. 87% chance, huh? Let's go ahead and focus. Ah, it's... What? I thought it might be that, but what? It's the Super Gundam gun, but without Super Gundam. What? How? I don't understand. Alright, well that will be a kill. Yeah, I mean, most of, like, the Xenosaga 3 mecha were not, I don't think most of them were designed by Junya Ishigaki. So it does lose some of the... flavor, shall we say. No, I kind of want... other people to get the kills. Let's go ahead and move you down here. Alright, we got 3 enemies left. I'd like Kay to get at least 1 kill. That's fine. Go ahead and evade. It's connected to Super Gundam, though. And he doesn't have the rest of Super Gundam. Keep evading with Tamaki. She doesn't even realize that she's evading. Why are they all going after Tamaki? That seems unwise. I kind of would really like to know what the AI programming is for how it decides to go after people. A kit of which one, Mad Martin? The Galbaldi? They want revenge. And another level for K. There's so many out of stock. So part of that is because they produce them periodically, generally. And because of that, a lot of the stores will not, like, delist them. Let's go ahead and murder you.
向かってくるのならその力を奪う。行け隊長、申し訳ありません。
I can't boost dash again. Nyerm. So terrible. You have any X actions? No. Alright. Get some extra money then. Alright, yeah, I want to get this last kill for K. There's one last guy. L-Game and 5-star stories are connected spiritually. Basically, Mamoru Nagano worked on L-Game, and there were story elements that he wanted to implement and I'm not sure if it's story elements that he wanted to implement but then couldn't because of, like, executives and other people's involvement, or if it was, like, afterwards he was like, I would have liked it to do it differently. But ultimately, by working on L-Game, that inspired him to do 5-star stories. So some of the same characters kind of show up. There are characters in 5-star stories inspired, very, very inspired, virtually direct copies of L-Game characters, and there are mecha that are also direct copies, practically.
Mobile suits の特徴は把握済みよ。この距離なら。
隊長、申し訳ありません。
And another level for K. And there we go.
All enemies have been destroyed, but Zeon attacked a Federation new type lab. This bears reporting.
Camille, we're here for you. This is the autonomous core of Hamtopia. We're exercising our authority to remove you from this institute. If any trouble arises as a result of this action, then I'm ready to pull in help from high places.
Thank you, Captain Bright. In that case, I'd like you to pass on a message to the administrators for me. Tell them that it's not permissible to turn people into tools of war.
I'll make sure that message gets passed on loud and clear. In light of the fact that they're now popular Zeon targets, I think new type research institutes worldwide will end up getting re-examined.
Ensign Jonah.
I'm okay, Ellie. Thanks for your concern. Augusta is a place with a lot of memories for me, Rita, and Michelle. The past can't be changed, but even so, we have to change. Jonah, Camille, you've been entrusted with responsibilities of your own. Just don't let them consume you. Fight because you want to. Master grades of New and Zazabi. So much to do. Yeah.
I mean, you could be building them while watching.
Drystrager, Hangar 1. Camille.
Char Aznable.
Yes! Yes! Correct, give Char a correction. I'm fairly certain that's the second time you've punched me. I haven't worked out what to say yet, so this is what I've got right now. Fair enough. Of course, I hardly expect a punch to wrap everything up neatly. Char Aznable. Ah! Char, is this the reunion you wanted? Saying nothing is no different from running away. That won't change anything.
Camille. That was a soul-wrenching yell. I could feel his sadness.
Yeah. It must have been rough on you, Fa.
It's nice to see you again, Captain Bright.
I finished handling Camille's arrangements. You're both free to go. And I mean that. If you want to walk away from the Hamtopia right now, you're welcome to.
I think Camille will choose to fight. But Camille was ready to give up on life before. But he already seems a bit different now.
What changed his mind?
I'm not too sure myself.
I mean, it's not like I have direction for any of this stuff. It was that Gundam there. The narrative? Huh? You're Ensign Jonah Basta, right? The way you fought looked like a bird to me. A bird? It was like an injured bird trying its hardest to fly. That's what let me fight again. Thank you. Oh, I don't think I'm some kind of huge inspiration like that.
That's not true. You were amazing out there, Ensign. Seeing you go so far above and beyond today was encouraging to me, too.
Oh. Captain Bright, Fa and I will be working with you again. You're sure about this? I did a lot of thinking about what comes next while I was here in Augusta. I still don't have an answer, but if me going into battle can help to protect someone or something, alright, I'll be counting on you then. There was a Methus in the supplies we got from Luo and Company. I'll assign it to you, Fa. Yes! Yes! A Methus! One of my favorites!
Yes, sir. I'll do my best to pull my weight, too.
Thanks, Fa. I think you're part of the reason why I could fight again. You're the reason I was able to shake off the souls of the dead.
I am?
Yes, you've shown me the warmth of those who live. The warmth of life itself.
Camille.
That's right, Camille. Never forget that you're alive. Sure, Hasnable. I get why you lost faith in the Earth Federation. I get what you were trying to accomplish. And your methods aside, sometimes I don't disagree. So I'll dream of what humanity should be in my own way. That will be my new battle to fight. Power part Aqua Module acquired. Okay. And Jonah is, unsurprisingly, the mission ace. Got 64,000 credits. 3,000 MXP. 20,000 more bonus credits. 1,575 bonus MXP. That's pretty nice. Also, why am I only just now hearing about the Methus that we have? I want to know why that wasn't I was not informed earlier. But just because we didn't have Fa. So rude. Grants S rank in unit and weapon water terrain adaptivities. Grants the water movement type unless the unit is terrain locked. I know, that's why. Just put it on the Mark II for now. Why not? It's fine. But look, it's so adorable! It's adorable! Beam Saber and Arm Beam Gun. Let's see... She has a score of 31 already. New type level 1. Support Defend level 2. Guard level 1. Vigor, Cheer. Double experience and PP from the next enemy destroyed. Trust. Dang, she is a healer. This icon lights up when a mech is equipped with a repair device. You can restore the HP of these mechs by selecting the repair command. And this icon lights up when a mech is equipped with the ability to transform. You can transform these mechs by selecting the transform command. Ooh. Sorry, Gundams. close enough. Yeah, there was a son that was killed before the start of the original Gundam. I don't remember his name, but yeah. And it's not so much that he was nondescript, but he was not really very interesting looking either. Alright, hangar. Well, I probably should have done this first, but oh well. We'll get that. We got no other power parts. Alright, well, let's go ahead and end this for YouTube. Let's get a save. And back to the title screen.
ダメです、ご主人様。このマップをクリアできません。
I have no idea who this
ここまで
is.
来たら仕方ない。リセットしてマップの頭からもう一度プレイだ。
リセット？
Well, their eyes are very different.
要するにやり直しだよ。
やり直し。世界の崩壊。そして再構成。
そんな大げさなもんじゃないって。
あれが神にも悪魔にもなれる魔人の力なんですね。
ダメだこれ。
And when we come back next time for YouTube, we'll do another mission. If you're watching live, stay tuned. I am not going anywhere.